Hello dear students, welcome to all. Students, today we are going to start new chapter, that is surface area and volume. Okay, and students, in this lecture of this chapter we study about surface area and volumes of solid figure. Clear? So students, before starting this chapter, let's discuss about chapter outline. Okay, so in this chapter we will cover these topics: surface area and volumes of solid figures. Then we study about conversion of solids. Okay, then after this we study about surface area and volume of combination of solids, and after this we discuss about frustum of cone. Okay, so students, if we observe these topics, surface area and volume of solid figure, we are familiar with this first topic because in previous classes we already discuss about in this in surface area and volumes of solid figure. Okay, and conversion of solids and surface area and volume of combination of solid is related to surface area and volume of solid figure. Clear? But this is frustum of cone is new for us. Clear? So students, now without wasting time, let's start this chapter with introduction. Okay, so in class 9 we had learned how to find the surface area and volume of some regular solids such as cube, cuboids, cylinder, and especially right circular cylinder. Then we study about cone and spheres. Okay, in our day-to-day life we have come across solids which are combination of two or more solids. For example, circus tent or such as conical tents with cylindrical base in a combination of right circular cylinder and right circular cone. Clear? Now in this chapter we shall learn how to find the surface area and volume of such combination of solids, and other than this we also study about frustum of cone. Clear? So students, now let's start this chapter with the first solid, that is cuboid. Okay, so students, cuboid is what? Cuboid is a solid in which we have 6 faces and all the faces are rectangles. All the faces are rectangles, or we can say that all the faces are rectangular. Okay, so if we talk about the cuboid, we have 6 faces and all the faces are rectangle, and in the cuboid we have 12 edges. In the cuboid we have 12 edges, and these are the edges. These are what? These are the edges. Okay, and if you talk about the vertices, then how many vertices we have in cuboid? We have 12 vertices. Sorry, it is 8 vertices. It is 8 vertices. It is, so these are the vertices. The end point of edges, are vertices for this cuboid. Clear? So in this we have 6 faces, 12 edges and 8 vertices. Clear? Now, so first of all let's calculate the total length of edge. Total length of edge. So the total length of edge is equals to 4 time of length, breadth and height. For this is the length, this is the breadth, sometimes we call it as depth. This is breadth here, and this is height. Okay, so total length of edge is what? It is 4 times L plus B plus H. Now the second is length of diagonal. length of diagonal is what? Under root L square plus B square plus H square. Clear? Now students, after this, the third is what? Total surface area. Total surface area. Total surface area is what? It is equals to 2 times of length multiplied by breadth plus breadth multiplied by height plus height multiplied by length. Okay, so this is what? This is total surface area, and we can also call it T as A. Clear? Now after total surface area, the next is lateral surface area. Lateral surface area, LTA, LSA. And students, this lateral surface area is also known as area of 4 walls. Area of 4 walls. Clear? And it is equals to 2 times of height multiplied by L plus B, multiplied by L plus B. So this is what? This is the lateral surface area. Clear? Now the last is, fifth is volume of the cuboid. So volume is what? Volume is equals to L multiplied by B multiplied by H, length multiplied by breadth multiplied by H. So these are the few formulas related to cuboid, and we discussed that what is the cuboid. Clear? So students, after the cuboid, the next solid is cube. Okay, so what is the cube? Similarly as cuboid, cube has 6 faces, and all the faces are square. Okay, and if all the faces are square, then we can say that the length, breadth and height all are equal. So let length, breadth and height are a unit. So we can say that the edge is what? Edge is a unit. Clear? Now students, similarly cube has 12 edges and all the edges has same length, a unit. Okay, 12 edges, and if we talk about the vertices, then it also has 8 vertices. Okay, so now let's discuss few formulas which are related to cube. So the first is what? Total length of edge. So total length of edge is what? It is 12 times of length of one edge, that is a unit. Okay, now the second is diagonal. Second is what? It is diagonal. And students, diagonal of the cube is what? It is root 3 time of edge. Clear? Now third is what? It is total surface area. Total surface area, that is T as A, and it is equals to 6 time of a square. Area of one face is equal to a square, because it is square. So now it is equals to 6 time of a square. Okay, now the fourth is what? Fourth is lateral surface area, or we can call it area of 4 walls. Okay, so lateral surface area or area of 4 walls, area of 4 walls, it is equals to 4 times of a square, because in this we remove two faces, top and bottom. So now fifth is volume, volume of cube, that is equals to a cube, that is equals to a cube unit cube. Clear? So students, these are the formulas related to cube. Clear? So now after the cube, let's move to the next solid, and the next solid is right circular cylinder. Next solid is right circular cylinder. So students, what is the right circular cylinder? A right circular cylinder is a cylinder that has closed circular surface having two parallel bases on the both the ends and whose elements are perpendicular to its base, and these both base are circular. These both base are circular. It is also called as right circular cylinder. Why we called it as right circular cylinder? Because its elements are perpendicular to its base. Clear? So this is what this is. This is right circular cylinder. And students, this is radius and this is height. This is what? This is height and this is perpendicular. Okay, so this is what? This is the right circular cylinder, and these both bases, these are circular bases, circular base. Clear? And both end has circular bases, so this is also circular base. Okay, so for the cylinder we have curved surface, and two flat surface plus two flat surface. Okay, so now let's discuss about few formulas related to right circular cylinder. So the first is curved surface area, and in short we called it as CSA, curved surface area, CSA. And curved surface area is what? Curved surface area is equals to perimeter of base multiply by height. Okay, and if base is circular, then what is the perimeter of base? It is 2 pi r, and height is h, so it is 2 pi r h. Clear? So this is what this is CSA. Clear? Now the second is, because we have two flat surface areas here, so we can find total surface area, and it is TSA, and total surface area is what? It is CSA plus area of two bases, so 2 times of area of base. Okay, so it is equals to 2 pi r h plus 2 times of pi r square. So when we take 2 pi r common, then what will we get? It is h plus r unit square. Okay, we can also write the unit here. So it is unit square, and this is also unit square. Clear, students? So now after this, the third formula is volume of right circular cylinder. Volume of right circular cylinder. So volume is equals to area of base multiply by height. Area of base multiply by height. So area of base is what? It is pi r square multiply by h. So we can call volume is equals to what? Pi r square h. Clear? So students, this is the right circular cylinder, and these are few formulas of right circular cylinder. Clear? So now after this, let's move to the next solid, and the next solid is what? It is right circular cone. Clear? So right circular cone is what? A right circular cone is a cone where the axis of the cone is the line meeting the vertex to the midpoint of circular base, that is the center point of circular base is joined with the apex of the cone, and it forms a right angle. Clear? So here this is what? This is the axis, and this is apex, and this is the midpoint of the base, that is the center of circular base. Okay, this is what? This is center of circular base, and this base is circular here. Clear? So if we observe this, then we can say that in this right circular cone we have curved surface, one curved surface, and one circular flat surface, Okay, so now let's discuss formulas of this right circular cone. So the first is curved surface area. Curved surface area. So students, curved surface area of right circular cone is equals to what? It is half multiply by perimeter of base multiply by slant height. Students, for right circular cone we have two types of height. This height is perpendicular height. This is what? Perpendicular height. And this height is called slant height. This is what? Slant height. And let this is equals to L. This is L. So we can write here CSA is equals to what? It is 2 pi r divided by 2 multiplied by L, and when we solve this, what will we get? CSA is equal to pi r L. It is equals to pi r L unit square. Clear? Now second is total surface area. So total surface area is what? Total surface area is CSA plus flat surface area. So CSA is equal to what? It is pi RL plus pi r square. So when we take pi r common, then it is equals to L plus R. Okay, so this is what this is, TSA. Okay, now students, after this let's discuss about volume of cone. Third is volume of cone. So what is the volume of cone? It is 1 by 3 time of pi r square, that is we can write it as area of base multiply by perpendicular height, so it is equals to 1 by 3 pi r square multiply by h. So these are the formulas for right circular cone. Clear? So now students, after the right circular cone, let's move to the next solid, that is sphere. That is what? That is sphere. And students, what is the sphere? Sphere is what? If we have a fixed point and if we join all the fixed point in all directions, when what will we get? We get sphere. Okay. If we compare it by circle, then circle is what? Circle is the collection of all those points which are equidistant from the any point, and we collect all the points in only one direction. But for the sphere, if we join all the points which are equidistant from a fixed point in all direction, in three direction, then what will we get? We will get sphere. Clear? So this is what? This is the sphere. This is sphere, and let radius of this sphere is capital R. So students, for the sphere we have only one curved surface. Okay, for the sphere we does not have any flat surface, so we have only one curved surface here. So curved surface area curved surface area or this curved surface area is only total surface area of this sphere, and it is equals to 4 pi r square unit square. Okay, so this is what? This is the total surface area, or we can say that curved surface area of this sphere. Clear? Now after this, what is the volume of sphere? Volume of sphere is what? It is 4 by 3 pi r cube. 4 by 3 pi r cube unit cube. Okay, clear? So students, these are two formulas for sphere. Now students, if we cut this sphere from middle point, then what will we get here? So we will get hemisphere. What will we get? Hemisphere. So now let's discuss about hemisphere. Okay, so in hemisphere, this is hemisphere, and now for the hemisphere we have one flat surface area, and this is curved surface. Clear? So now for this hemisphere, let's discuss about curved surface area. So curved surface area is just half of sphere, so it is 2 pi r square. Now after curved surface area, the next is total surface area. total surface area, and the total surface area is what? It is 2 pi r square, plus if this is the radius, then the area of this flat surface area is pi r square. So the total surface area is what? 2 pi r square plus pi r square, that is 3 pi r square. Clear? Now what is the volume of hemisphere? So the volume of hemisphere is what? It is just half of volume of sphere, so it is 2 by 3 pi r cube unit cube. Clear? So students, these are the formulas for sphere and hemisphere. Clear? So now after these formulas, let's discuss few interesting examples which are based on the formulas of these solid figures. Clear? So students, the first question is, this is our first question, and it is given that three equal cubes are placed adjacently in a row. Find the ratio to total surface area of the new cuboid to that of the sum of the surfaces area of three cubes. So first of all, we have three equal cubes are placed adjacently in a row. Okay, let age of cube is equals to a unit. Age of cube is equals to what? It is a unit. Clear? Now this is our cube, and according to question, it is given that three equal cubes are placed adjacently in a row. So here we put three cubes adjacently. Okay, now students, this is what? Now it becomes cuboid, and if this is 5 a, it is a unit. If this is a unit, this is also a unit, and this is also a unit, then length of this cuboid is what? This is 3a. Breadth, it is also a, and height is a. Okay, now first of all, total surface area of three equal cubes. Total surface area of three equal cubes, it is equals to 3 times of total surface area of one cube. It is 3 times of surface area of cube. Clear? And we know that what is the total surface area or surface area of cube? It is 6a square. So it is 3 multiplied by 6a square, that is equals to 18a square unit square. Clear? Now after this, TSA, total surface area of new cuboid thus formed, it is equals to what? It is 2 multiplied by length multiplied by breadth plus breadth multiplied by height plus height multiplied by length. Clear? So when we solve this, what will we get? It is 2 multiplied by 3a multiplied by a plus a multiplied by a plus a multiplied by 3a. So when we solve this, what will we get? It is equals to 2 multiplied by 3a square plus a square plus 3a square. So it is what 3 plus 3 is 6, 6 plus 1 7. So when we solve this, what will we get? It is 14 a square unit square. 14 a square unit square. Now what we have to find here? We have to find the ratio. So we can say that now required ratio is equals to total surface area of new cuboid to that of the sum of the surface area of 3 cuboid. So it is 14a square divided by 18a square. So this a square and a square is cancelled out, and we can cancel this 14 7 time and this 18 9 time. So it is equals to 7 by 9. This is our final answer. Clear? So students, I hope you understand this. So now after this example, let's move to the next example, and the next example is a 4 centimeter cube is cut into 1 centimeter cubes. Okay, calculate the total surface area of all the small cubes. This is very interesting question here. And students, here it is given that we have a large cube of 4 centimeter, edge. Clear? This is the large cube of 4 centimeter edge. This is 4 centimeter, and this is also 4 centimeter, and this is also 4 centimeter. Clear? Now it is cut into 1 centimeter cubes. How can we cut it into a 4 centimeter cubes? By dividing this direction in 4 equal parts, and this direction also. Then 1 2 3 and 4, 1 2 3 and 4. Similarly 1 2 3 and 4, 1 2 3 and 4. So this 4 centimeter cube is now divided into small 1 centimeter cube. For example, this is 1 centimeter cube. Clear? Now first of all, we have to find how many small 1 centimeter cube is obtained from this large 4 centimeter cube. So number of small cube thus formed, it is equals to volume of large cube divided by volume of smaller cube. Smaller cube. Okay, so what is the volume of large cube? It is 4 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 4 divided by 1 multiplied by 1 multiplied by 1, that is equals to 64. So students, here we get 64 small cubes of 1 centimeter edge. Now here what we have to find? We have to find the total surface area of all the small cubes. So total surface area of all small cubes, that is equals to 64 multiplied by surface area of one small cube. And what is the surface area of one small cube? It is equals to 64 multiplied by 6a square, that is 1. So it is 6 multiplied by 1 square. So finally what will we get here? We will get 64 multiplied by 6, and when we solve this, what will we get? It is 384. And what is the unit here? It is centimeter. So it is 384 centimeter square. This is final answer. Clear? So students, I hope you understand this question. So now after this question, let's move to the next question. So the next is, this is our next question. And students, in this question we have the paint in the certain container is sufficient to paint on the area equal to 9.375 meter square. It is sufficient to paint 9.375 meter square. We have to find how many bricks of dimension 22.5 centimeter multiplied by 10 centimeter multiplied by 7.5 centimeter can be paint out from this container. Okay, so students, first of all, dimension of brick, dimension of bricks is equals to what? It is 22.5 multiplied by 10 multiplied by 7.5. okay, and all are in centimeter. So this is length, breadth and height. Clear? Now what we have to find? First we have to find the total surface area of one brick. So total surface area of one brick, okay, and it is equals to 2 times of 22.5 multiplied by 10 plus 10 multiplied by 7.5 plus 7.5 multiplied by 22.5. Clear? So students, when we solve this, what will we get? This is equals to 2 multiplied by 225 plus 75 plus, when we solve this, it is equals to 168.75, and by solving this we will get it is equals to, it is 937.5 centimeter square. Clear? Now students, what we have to find? We have to find it, this paint in the container is sufficient to how many bricks. So number of bricks can be painted out of this container, it is equals to, it is sufficient to 9.3750 meter square, and here we have centimeter square. So first of all we have to convert it in meter square. So it is what? 100 multiplied by 100 and divided by 937.5. Clear? So students, when we solve this, what will we get? When we remove this decimal, here we have to write 1000, and when we remove this decimal we have to write 110 here. So these two are cancelled out, and 1 2 3 30 to 30. So students, now it is equals to, number of bricks is equals to what? 100. So this is our final answer. Clear? So students, I hope you understand this question. So now after this question, let's move to the next question, and the next question is a open wooden box 80 centimeter long, 65 centimeter wide, 65 centimeter wide, 45 centimeter high, is made of 2.5 centimeter thick wood. Find the capacity of the box. Okay, first of all we have to find the capacity of box, then we have to find the volume of the wood used and weight of the box if it is given that the 100 centimeter cube of wood weighs 8 gram. Clear? So students, first of all, the dimensions of box are 80 centimeter multiplied by 65 centimeter and 45 centimeter. This is length, this is breadth, and this is height. Clear? So if we draw the diagram for this cube, then this is equals to okay, and it is given that it is made up of 2.5 centimeter thickness wood. Clear? So this is what, this is the thickness, this is thickness, and this thickness is 2.5 centimeter. Clear? So these are what, these are the outer dimensions. These are what, these are outer dimensions. So now let's find the inner dimensions. So inner length is what, students? This complete length is 80 centimeter. This complete length is what, 80 centimeter. And if this thickness is 2.5, this thickness is 2.5, and similarly this is also 2.5. So we have to subtract 2.5 from both sides. So inner length is equals to what, it is 80 minus 2 multiplied by 2.5, and that is equals to 75 centimeter. Clear? Now let's find the inner width. Okay, inner width. For the width similarly, we have to remove 2.5 and 2.5 both sides. So it is also equals to 45 minus 2 multiplied by 2.5, that is equals to 40 centimeter. Clear? Now for the height, it is open box, so we have thickness only in the bottom side, so we have to remove only 2.5 from the height. So inner height is what, inner height is equals to, the actual height is 45. Actual height is what, 45. Students, here this is not 45, here this is 65. Okay, so 65 minus 2 multiplied by 2.5, so it is equals to 60 centimeter, and 45 minus 2.5, that is equals to 42.5 centimeter. 42.5 centimeter. So these are the inner dimensions. Now first of all, what we have to find here, first of all we have to find the capacity. So what is the capacity? Capacity of box. Capacity of box is what? Capacity of box is inner volume. It is equals to inner volume. Inner volume. And what is the inner volume? Inner length multiplied by breadth multiplied by height, that is equals to 75 multiplied by 60 multiplied by 42.5. Okay, So when we solve this, what will we get? When we solve this, we will get 191250 and unit is centimeter cube. 191250 centimeter cube. So this is what, this is the capacity of box. And in the second, we have to find the volume of the wood used. Volume of the wood used. So second is what? Volume of the wood used. This is equals to, this is what? This is outer volume minus inner volume of the box. So it is outer volume of box minus inner volume okay. So students, we have inner volume. So first of all, we have to find outer volume. Outer volume is what? It is equals to 80 multiplied by 65 multiplied by 45, and it is equals to minus 191250. Okay. And students, when we solve this, what will we get? It is 2 3 4 1 2 3 zeros minus 191250. Clear? Now we have to find the difference of these two. So it is equals to, it is 2 3 4 1 2 3 and 0 5 2 1 9 1. Okay. So when we solve this, what will we get? 0 5 7 0 5 7 2 4. It is 42750. So it is equals to 42750 centimeter cube. This is what? This is 42750 centimeter cube. This is what? Volume of the wood used. This is what? Volume of the wood used. Clear? Now in the third question, what we have to find here? So in the third question, we have to find, we write third part here, weight of the box. Weight of box. And students, weight of the box is depend on the wood used. So it is given that the 100 centimeter cube of wood weighs 8 gram. So total wood here we have 42750 centimeter cube. So weight is equals to what? It is 42750 divided by 100 multiplied by 8. It is 3420 gram. It is 3420 grams. Clear? So students, these are the answers for this question. Clear? Now students, I hope you understand all the questions which we have discussed in this class. Students, now we have to finish today's class here. We will meet again in next class and continue this chapter with some other questions on surface area and volume. So thank you and have a nice day.